The movie begins with a boy named Elio, whose parents have recently passed away. He lives with his aunt Olga, who is an Air Force major. She gave up her dream of becoming an astronaut to take care of Elio. Elio sees the Voyager 1 spacecraft in the museum. It's then that he learns there are many planets in space. Just then, Olga also arrives there looking for him. Elio asks Olga if aliens are real, but she doesn't say anything and takes him away from there. Elio is very lonely and has no friends. That's why he comes to the beach every day and sends messages to aliens via ham radio. He tells them, "Take me away from here." Even when the aliens don't respond, he still comes to the beach every day hoping they will arrive and take him to their planet. One night on the beach, 2 bullies, Caleb and Bryce, come to Elio. A fight breaks out between Elio and Bryce, resulting in Elio's eye getting injured. Olga takes Elio to the hospital and gets his eye treated. Then she brings him to her military base. Olga tells one of her military officers that Gunther has found aliens, and Elio also overhears her conversation. Elio sneaks into the military computer lab, hides in a dustbin, and secretly listens to their conversation. Gunther tells Olga, "A response from aliens has come from beyond the stars. We should also respond to them." But Olga tells him to go home, sending him home for 2 weeks. She then tells her military officers, "Our job is to find debris in space, not aliens." Once everyone leaves the computer lab, Elio emerges from the dustbin and responds to the aliens. He tells the aliens, "My name is Elio, and I possess intelligence, a form, and muscles. I can help you." Just then, the message reaches the aliens, and all the lights in the entire military base go out. Because of Elio, Olga's job was almost lost. Then, fed up with Elio, she decides to send him to youth camp. The next day, Olga drops Elio off at the youth camp. Bryce and Caleb are also at the same youth camp. At night, Bryce runs after Elio with his friends to beat him up. Bryce grabs Elio and is about to punch him when an alien spaceship arrives. Time freezes, and the alien spaceship picks Elio up. Inside the spaceship, Elio meets a blue, gelatinous liquid supercomputer. The supercomputer places a disc on Elio's chest, which allows him to understand the alien language. He is then taken to the alien planet, Communiverse, where all the aliens welcome him. The aliens think Elio is an ambassador from Earth. However, Elio doesn't tell them the truth. Elio is then brought to the ambassadors of the Communiverse planet, where they have a meeting with Lord Gregan, a bulky, worm-like alien warlord and ambassador in high-tech armor. Gregan asks the ambassadors to make him a part of the Communiverse, but they don't include him because he is too dangerous. Just then, Gregan tells all the ambassadors, "Either make me a part of the Communiverse or prepare for my enslavement," and he leaves. All the ambassadors are scared by Gregan's threat and begin to prepare for hiding. Elio is about to be taken back to Earth, but he doesn't want to go back to Earth. So he tells everyone that he will talk to Gregan and convince him not to attack. The supercomputer tells Elio, "You are Earth's ambassador, so I must create a clone of you." Then it creates a clone of Elio and sends it to Earth via a portal. Elio goes to Gregan's spaceship and tries to persuade him not to attack, but Gregan takes him captive. As soon as Olga finds out that Elio was beaten by some children, she brings Elio home from the youth camp. Elio manages to escape from prison. He then encounters Glorden, who is Gregan's son, and he is also a little child like Elio. Meanwhile, Glorden shows Elio his armor suit. He tells Elio, "I don't want to wear this armor suit, and I don't want to be like my father." Meanwhile, Elio reveals to Glorden that he is also a child and tells him everything about himself. Then, Elio asks Glorden for help. Glorden agrees to help him. With Glorden's help, Elio reaches Communiverse. He then threatens Gregan, saying, "If you don't promise to leave here, I'll kill Glorden." To save his child, Gregan promises Elio that he will leave Communiverse forever. Olga kisses Elio's head, and one of Elio's hairs gets into her mouth. Olga then starts examining Elio's hair under a microscope. Just then, Elio's hair starts moving. She follows Elio's hair. The hair comes inside Elio's room and sticks to Elio's head. Then Olga checks Elio's eye and realizes that he isn't Elio, but an alien. Glorden doesn't want to go to his father, so Elio has the supercomputer create a clone of Glorden. Gregan arrives at Communiverse to retrieve his son. Elio hands him Glorden's clone. When Gregan talks to Glorden, he recognizes, "This isn't my son, it's a clone." He then asks Elio, "Where is my son?" When Elio doesn't tell Gregan anything about his son, Gregan tells an alien named Alva, "Read his mind." Alva reads Elio's mind and tells Gregan, "Your son is in the diplomat spaceship." Then Grigon leaves for Diplomat spaceship with his men. Ova opens a portal and tells Elio to go to Earth. She also informs the other aliens, "He lied to us. He's not an Earth ambassador, he's just a child." Glorden sees his father and his men. Just then, the Diplomat spaceship accidentally starts and heads towards Earth. Grigon can't find the Diplomat spaceship, so he returns and destroys the Communiverse. Then Grigon starts coming towards Elio, and just then, Alva pushes Elio, sending him to Earth via a portal. Elio sees Olga on the beach trying to summon aliens, just like him. Elio realizes that Olga loves him very much. Olga then starts taking Elio and his clone home. On the way, Elio spots that same Diplomat spaceship being taken to NASA headquarters. Elio asks Olga for help because he knows Glorden is inside the Diplomat ship. Olga, Elio, and Elio's clone arrive at NASA headquarters. Elio's clone starts melting in front of the military officers. Both military officers' attention shifts to Elio's clone, which allows Elio and Olga to successfully get inside NASA headquarters. Elio and Olga enter the Diplomat spaceship, where they see Glorden, who is on the verge of death because his disc is broken. Elio then quickly starts the Diplomat spaceship and begins heading towards the Communiverse. In space, they face debris, but somehow Elio manages to reach the Communiverse. Elio quickly pulls Glorden out of the Diplomat ship, starts crying over him, and tells him, "Wake up! Don't leave me!" Just then, Grigon tears his armor suit and takes Glorden into his lap, which brings Glorden back to consciousness. Grigon then apologizes to Elio and tells his men to free all. Elio hugs Grigon. Then he says goodbye to all the other aliens and returns to Earth, and the movie ends here.